Hello everybody and welcome back to Europa, where we just beat France because they couldn't be bothered to make troops. Like, what do they have now? They got rid of their mercs and they've made one infantry. Good job, France. They're just like, they're not making troops. Like, they could be, but they're just not. I don't know. It's weird. Hey, Great Britain, do you want to be friends? 67 reasons, mostly trust. And because our army and navy is weaker than theirs. Fair enough. It is. But we've been winning. We've been winning because they've been massively overextended to try to fight us over here. Okay, we can go ahead and repay a loan, I think, next month. 381. Okay, a little bit yet. That's fine. Now our tax benefits are going to be going away in a couple of months, so our balance is going to drop a fair amount. So that's a thing that we're going to have to be concerned about a bit. Bamanas is planning to attack Kalinjar. I don't care about that. That is perfectly fine. We don't have enough to talk to the Pope about anything. Can we poke our nobility for military support? We absolutely can, and I'm going to do that. Clergy for admin support? Not for another 3 years. Okay. We can poke our burghers for diplomatic support, and I think I'm going to go ahead and do that. Their loyalty is going to go awful low. Yeah, I think it's not worth it. Not right now. And our tax benefits did indeed go away. So I'm going to drop rooting out corruption to about here. We did get some corruption rooted out. But for right now, I'm more concerned about paying off our interest. I would love to be rooting out corruption, but all of these wars being declared on us have not been very helpful. Ming is currently hostile to us and wants 2 of our provinces. They are fighting Ayutthaya right now, but I'm going to go ahead and improve relations with Ming in hopes of staving off an attack. And Malacca hasn't attacked us in a while. Did they learn their lesson? They may have learned their lesson. Ooh, hello. Tax increase. I like that. Only for one region, but even so, that's not bad. Our truce with the Ottomans has ended, but the Ottomans, I think, have no interest in us anymore. We kicked them entirely out of the region, so we don't need to worry about them. Our truce with Alaska is over. We do need to worry a bit about Alaska if we start expanding up over here, but I think we're fine, realistically. Okay, this here is Milan, who is at war with the Knights. Wurundjeri has been converted. That's excellent. We're at 65% religious unity. Going to keep on working on that. Now our colonists are currently available. That is to be expected. I'm going to go ahead and repay one of our loans. There we go. We're now making 11 per month, so we can root out corruption a little bit more, about like that. Excellent. And our current total debt is now down to 4.8k. Hey, France, you want to pay off more of our debt again? Oh, that was fun. I don't know what's going on with France. They're struggling. How did this war... Oh, wow, look at this. French Canada lost a lot of ground. United States is probably pretty overextended from that, honestly. I mean, yeah, look at these French-Canadian separatists. I like how they completely surround Florida now and Cheyenne. At this point of the game, Portugal is basically just colonies, as it tends to be. France, the General Estates. The Treaty of Versailles in 1783, it's 1712, was a success for France and revenge from previous defeats. However, it did nothing to ease the financial problems, but rather increased the burden of debts. The success of the American independence movement, which happened quite a long time ago, before it's supposed to even have existed, also reinforced criticism of the regime. The 1786 commercial treaty with Britain was followed by a sharp decline in domestic industrial production, a very severe famine resulting from bad harvests, unrest, and finally public bankruptcy in 1788. The king was forced to recall the Estates General, a feat unseen since 1626. On 5th May 1789, the Estates General convened at Versailles and soon pronounced itself a National Assembly, 17th June, pledging to stay until they devised a constitution. Louis XVI acknowledged the changes in the situation, but the dismissal of his popular finance minister Necker, and, well, that's probably Necker or something along those lines, and troop concentrations in the suburbs prompted the Paris masses to storm the state prison of La Bastille on 14th January? What am I even talking about? 14th July, 1789. The French Revolution had started. And France loses 10 prestige. Okay, so French Revolution? Is that what they were doing? Like, they were dealing with an event chain leading up to the French Revolution, I guess. British particularists going on up there, too. I'm okay with this. Well, maybe Europe will just leave us alone. That would be nice. Christmas Island is upset, as they tend to be. You know, we're already at 97% autonomy. I'm just going to take the plus 20% because it's actually only plus 3%. Since it caps there, right? This is going to tick down to like 99.9% or something? Yeah. Perfect. Kamchandals insulted us. How rude. What'd you guys do that for? Ya jerks. Well, for right now, I do want to offer them vassalization, but that's not a thing for now, because we need to pay off our debts. Oh my, Korea has taken the initial Ainu lands. That's interesting. We can build province improvements. Christmas Island has now been cored. 1.95, that's not really worthwhile. There's some of these that are pretty worthwhile. And some of these that are kinda worthwhile. I mean, I want to be working on our finances, because that's something that we really need to do. There's no doubt about that. And I am working on them. Anything the Pope can do? No, that's 50 papal influence. We're at 27. Okay. I'd really like an influx of money. That's not really an option, though. We are, of course, at 27.93 corruption. That's ticking down over time, slowly. Most of our expenditures are going into interest, though. And that is something we need to do something about. Absolutely need to. So between that and rooting out corruption, we're currently making 10 ducats a month. And we're able to pay off some of these loans. Like 482 months is when we're going to be fully paid off, which is a lot of months. Don't get me wrong. But that's going to actually be much faster than that. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and convert this province. There we go. Provincial unrest there, that's fine. Like, realistically, we could boost autonomy there, but I don't think that's even going to rebel, so I don't think it's worthwhile. But just remember, every loan that we pay off, we are, of course, going to be increasing our balance. We could get an additional merchant, and I'm going to go ahead and do that. And then where do we put said merchant? That's the question. Hangzhou is all being pushed up over to the Beijing node, which is kind of out of our reach. Right? Yeah, it's pretty much out of our reach. We are currently transferring in Canton to the Malacca trade node, I think. No, we are transferring over to the Philippine trade node. Makes sense. We're collecting in the Malacca trade node because we don't have anything else we can do really there. We are, of course, also collecting in the Moluccas, which we do control a reasonable chunk of. That said, we could potentially control more. We have a marketplace here, as well as here. We have a trade station here as well, so this is fine. This over here... Why is this popping up? I guess it's because of the good production. Okay. So we are transferring out of Philippines and over to Moluccas. I mean, we could transfer from the Nippon trade node over to Hangzhou. And then just try to push out of Hangzhou towards Philippines. We're actually not doing anything here right now. Let's go ahead and transfer here. And we're going to transfer to the Philippines. See if we can pull some of this away from Beijing. So as soon as this guy arrives in 30 days, we're going to do this here. Not very many are transferring to Malacca, of course. Wait, this is to Malacca? Oh, so it is. This is to Malacca. That's still fine. I mean, we don't have a lot of great options for this, so we'll go ahead and transfer over to Malacca. And now let's recheck our mission here. So we want to protect trade where we get the most, which currently Hangzhou is 2.02. Yep, Hangzhou it is. Oh. Ming is, I think they're winning. Oh yeah, they're totally winning that. Good job, Ming. And we are reinforcing 16 troops a month. It's not very much, but it's cheap. There's no doubt about that. So we're going to keep rooting out corruption. There we go. Making a little bit less money and throwing that at getting rid of our corruption. Excellent. And we're going to be able to get Admin Tech 15 very soon, which is good for us. Very, very good for us. Mostly in that we're going to have less unbalanced research. Okay, we don't care about that war. That is perfectly fine. April, huh? Okay, I can work with April. We're currently on a 14% tech penalty, but I'm going to take the power here. I don't want to get tariff value on Tonga and La Plata right now in the Age of Revolution. That got us admin power. That was really solid. We can now do this in March. Technically, right now. There we go. We can now forced march, which isn't great. But the bigger deal is that our unbalanced corruption penalty is gone. Our merchants are adventuring. Current trading conditions are strongly favoring our merchants. The merchants are ready to take advantage of these. Fantastic. Trade range increase. Okay. That's actually kind of mediocre, I guess. We could do a quantity idea, but I don't feel like that's a good plan right now. I want to put all of our military power into Miltech. Urbanization, huh? We would lose ducats and gain a base tax in Afriri, or unrest, local development cost increase, and the burghers would lose loyalty and influence. I think this is ultimately worthwhile, but I would prefer to get an event that gains us money. That's for sure. Okay, we'll sit right about here. We are, of course, also losing inflation currently, and as we pay down our loans, that'll be more and more the case. But it is time to put a cut in here, and I'm going to go ahead and do that. And next episode, we are going to keep trying to renovate our economy. Subscribe for more, and I'll see you all next time.